Alright guys, the day has arrived, November 19th. It's definitely time to try out Cyberpunk 2077, and I just can't wait. We're gonna talk about this right now. But first, welcome to the channel. My name is RetroRob64, and if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor, hit the button down below, give you all the subscribe options, hit the bell icon so you're notified of every video that we put out. And without stalling, let's talk today about Cyberpunk's delay and the Night City Wire Episode 4.
RetroRob64.
Alright guys, so obviously at this point it is November 19th and we obviously do not have the game on any of our consoles or PCs. It has been delayed till December 10th. Now this is because I'm going to put a little link here for the entire letter that CD Projekt Red actually released to the public. This is due to part that they want to make sure everything looks nice and crisp and bug-free as possible on launch day for Cyberpunk 2077. And, you know, I think a lot of people anticipated this delay, unfortunately. I as well did. But the problem is that they also said that they wouldn't delay the game any further after the November 19th release day. It's a little bit of a murky situation. I know it's been at least about a month or so since the delay has officially been declassified. And I've had the time to kind of think about it and how I reflect and feel about this. And honestly, you know what? If the game really needs the delay, fine. It's okay. We waited this long at this point. Go ahead and wait. Just please don't crunch. Please, CD Projekt Red, you don't need to crunch this game. We're giving you plenty of time. We're giving you all the time you need to finish this game. You don't need to push people to the very brink. Don't make people feel like they have to push out a game and sacrifice their artistic vision to do so, or, you know, their health or mental well-being either. Make this game look good, but also keep in mind that it is human beings are making this game, and they have families and lives that they need to see too. So take your time. At this point, whatever, another month, fine. I don't care. Hopefully this is the last delay. Please, for the love of God, I hope this is the last delay. I'm going crazy. I can't wait to play this game. Which brings me to my next point. Let's talk about Cyberpunk 2077's Night City Wire Episode 4. By the time you're watching this video, Episode 5 may have already been released. I'm going to try and catch up and get that video out as soon as possible. But I want to talk about Episode 4 because there's a lot going on here. It's the episode that I like to call Grand Theft Auto 2077. And you'll see why in just a second. We got a lot of really cool info about all the vehicles, well, at least a good chunk of the vehicles that are going to be in the game, and you'll see some of the footage here. These vehicles are amazing, honestly. I can't believe some of the vehicles that they actually put into this game or managed to put into this game. I mean, there's some of the ones that you would expect, like we're going to have, you know, the economy class cars, which are basically your utility cars. These would be similar to something that if you were just trying to pick up something with a pickup truck, here's your vehicle, ready to go, no problem. Not going to have all the bells and whistles necessarily that the other cars that we're going to talk about have, but it is something that will get you through to the job. We're also going to have the executive line of cars. Now these are your luxury class vehicles. These are like your expensive limousines, you know, cars with nice suede or leather interiors, things like that, you know, very high quality. And then we're going to go into the heavy-duty vehicles. Now these are going to be your extremely powerful, like utility trucks, big heavy, you know, tankers and stuff like that. These are the vehicles like you need a battering ram, you know, through a wall. This is the vehicle you're going to go for, the class of vehicles. And then we're going to also talk about these sport vehicles. Now these are going to be your, you know, your Mustang lookalikes, your Porsche lookalikes. Very powerful vehicles in their own right. Much intense speed and style for this one class. And then we also have the hypercars. Now these are the most interesting cars to me personally because they combine a little bit of the style and power from the sport line and also the luxury and a little bit of the heavy-duty vehicles too. These are cars that are going to be really fast and really powerful. Like they can, you know, have major bulletproof damage going on. They also have a lot of really cool things going on with their tires. You know, these are the futuristic cars I think we were looking for, and we're going to definitely get them. I think this is going to be kind of like the intro to what the cars are going to look like in the future for our own world, you know. So pretty cool stuff. And then we're also going to definitely have different trim levels for these vehicles. So We'll have like the base level for some cars, just like we do in real life. We'll even have like the super high end, really nice luxurious interiors with like, like the LS or EX models of some vehicles for like Toyota or like a Lexus or something. And it's really cool because you'll never know what car you're getting when you steal or buy these cars. So, just that extra little bit of detail that they're just pouring into this game is just so intense and so amazing to me. Really cool thing about these is that, you'll see like the interior of the car when you get in, and you can tell almost the trim level just by looking at it. So, these little details are just going to make the game all that much more better. We are also going to be getting a lot of racing. They declassified that as well. So we're going to get all kinds of races in the Badlands, so like a lot of desert type of races. And we're also going to get a lot of street races. So the cars are going to matter for which we choose. And the guns are going to matter too, because apparently we're going to be shooting while we drive. And that's, that's, again, Grand Theft Auto. Here you are. This is essentially, just from the gameplay, what we've seen so far, these cars are looking very much like what gameplay would be like in the next Grand Theft Auto game, I think, and Grand Theft Auto is going to have a lot to look up to, I think, in going after this game, because it's got so much going for it with the level of detail with the cars and how we can actually do, different trim levels for the cars, which is already in Grand Theft Auto 5, but it's the futuristic version of these cars now that we're going to be dealing with. So, I don't know, super cool to me, super impressive. And finally, we're going to talk about vehicle storage. Now, they did mention that when you get a vehicle of your choice, you steal, you buy, whatever, you can actually save it to your sort of storage, and you can call it at will, just like you could with Roach in Witcher 3. Now, they're still working out the bugs for this. I imagine that's part of why it was delayed a little bit. So they want to make sure that the vehicle will appear where it needs to. It doesn't just land on a roof or something crazy. So they want to make sure that this is a good implemented system. There's a little bit of a thing here for me where it could break immersion a little bit, because if the car just randomly appears, unless it's somehow tied in with the story and really makes sense to, oh, I digitized my vehicle, it's in my watch or whatever, makes total sense where it would just appear out of nowhere. But we'll have to see on this. I'm a little skeptical because I'm just like, cars appearing out of thin air, is that the world that we're going into? I don't know if we're that advanced at that point in 2077, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Prove me wrong, Cyberpunk. Prove me wrong. And we're going to talk a little bit today about style in Cyberpunk 2077 with Night City. You got a lot of different class choices here for your clothing. And it's not just clothing, it's your personality and style that will kind of go with this. And it'll be interesting if you can mix and match. Like if you go the corporal route, can you pick up clothes from like the Badlands sort of areas? It'll be interesting to see if we can make this a thing. But going into it further, we have the kitsch style. So this is going to be your neon hair, your jackets, your denim jackets, your specific sort of like younger style looking, lots of chrome involved and stuff. So, definitely that younger vibe. It's interesting stuff. We should see. And then next we have entropism. Now this is going to be basically sort of the functional, but not so much in the pretty aspect. So you're going to see a lot of wife beaters, like a lot of like clothing that just is maybe lower income people would wear. They still got their cybernetic enhancements on their body, but their clothing may not be like the prettiest. It may not be the most functional either. It'll just be there to kind of like, I have it on and it works, deal with it. I'm not trying to impress anybody. The one I personally enjoy is the neo-militarism. Now this is going to be for mainly the corpo people, I imagine. You're going to be wearing a lot of suits, a lot of stuff that makes, I think the idea is that deadly elegance is what they use in the video, and I totally agree. I like that sleek look and, lots of blacks in there. It's a very good, sharp looking color to me and a sharp looking style that I think I will definitely want to wear when I'm kicking ass in Cyberpunk 2077. And lastly, we're going to talk about Neo Kitsch. Now this is sort of the combination of kitsch, obviously, and then a little bit of the neo-militarism. It's basically what the celebrities will end up wearing and what they deem to be kind of like, this is my style. It's a lot of high fashion. It's got a lot of expensive quality to it, but it's also got a little bit of that flair that kitsch has with like the neon hair and lots of chrome. So it's going to be a nice blend and a really interesting look to see. You can spot these people with their mink coats that also have a ton of chrome all over the place, like a chrome coat or something. Super interesting to me. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm sitting here talking about style in a game, you know, where you're probably not even going to care too much if you're just blasting people away. You don't care how you look. But it is such an interesting facet of character customization that I think a lot of people will look into and enjoy, because let's face it, people love to customize their characters. They love to look a certain way, and I'm with that. I'm totally understanding that. I may have a lot of different outfits. We'll see. And finally, wrapping things up, I want to talk about that they did mention this game will be coming to Stadia. Yes, I know, that weird system, that weird thing that people don't really like to talk about too much, but I did try it out a little while back, and I was kind of impressed with what was actually presented. Is it worth the value? No, absolutely not, because you still got to buy the games on Stadia, which to me is mind-blowing. Like, just make it a streaming service, man. You'll get tons of people playing these games. But I digress. This game is coming there, and that's the important thing to realize. This game, which is so beautiful and amazing, will be playable without even owning a console. That is mind-blowing. You're going to be able to play this game in your web browser if you decide to do so. I totally get it for someone that's in college, may not have access to the best possible computer equipment or a PlayStation console or Xbox. I totally get it. You don't need that. You just got to have your laptop, get a Chrome going, and then boot up the game right there in your Chrome browser. That is mind-blowing. Is it going to look the best quality? We'll have to wait and see. I did load up Destiny 2 on Stadia, and it looked surprisingly good. It actually looked pretty decent, honestly, from what I was playing. A little bit of lag here and there, but nothing too crazy. And, you know, this will be great for those people to play it. And I'll also link this down below. They're actually doing this nice little thing. I'm not getting paid by Stadia to say this or anything. I just found that out today on The Verge. They're actually letting people have like the $100 the premium bundle, which comes with a Chromecast, and it comes with also the Stadia controller if you buy Cyberpunk on Stadia. Like, that's mind-blowing. And you get like a month free of Stadia Pro, which is like the only way I think you should play or actually use Stadia, in my opinion. That's pretty cool. Like, they really want people to try this game on Stadia. I may actually consider checking it out because I'm such a huge fan of this game, and I gotta try it on and everything. If they release it on the Switch, I'm definitely getting it too. You know what I mean? But you know, we'll see. If this game comes to Switch, CD Projekt Red, make it happen, please. I'm buying it, 100%. It's done. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below, which car are you most excited for? Which style are you trying to go for? Me personally, I like like I said, those hypercars. Those are super cool to me. Like, I want to see what kind of tech goes into those. I want to know, is it bulletproof? I want to know if my tires are bulletproof, all that stuff. And for me, it's going to be neo-militarism. I super like that sleek look, and I think it's going to fit really well with the whole cyberpunk theme. So, but let me know in the comments below what you think. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, video coming out soon about my PlayStation 5 unboxing. Stay tuned for that.